And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to John Hardin High School for tonight's basketball game between the John Hardin Bulldogs and the visiting Central Hardin Bruins. And as we are getting ready for the horn to start, we are going to have our national anthem and presentation of colors. Tonight's game, the John Hardin Bulldogs come in 11-3, 3-0 in district play, and the Bruins come in 7-5, 2-2 in district play.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the John Hardin High School JROTC Color Guard marches onto the court for the presentation of the national colors. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem and the exit of the colors. Commanding the colors tonight, carrying the national colors is Cadet Captain Frankie Silva. Carrying the Kentucky State flag is Cadet Private First Class Christ Cruz. Carrying the John Hardin JROTC colors is Cadet Sergeant Sean Lau. Guarding the colors this evening are Cadet Private First Class Abraham Rice on the left and Cadet Sergeant Jalen Beasley on the right.
Welcome back to action here. The starting lineups are about to get called tonight. I am Bobby Thompson, joined by Hugh O'Brien. And Hugh, as we come into this game, we'll quickly get a breakdown of it as they're getting ready to do the starting lineups. But what do you think is going to be the key tonight for the Central Hardin Bruins?
Well, Central's got to shoot the ball well, Bobby. That's pretty much every night for them. If they shoot a pretty decent percentage outside the arc, it helps the cause. The other thing they're going to have to fight tonight is can they control the size inside for John Hardin rebound the basketball.
And for John Hardin tonight, what is going to be the keys for them?
Well, John Hardin with Brandon Price sitting out in street clothes tonight, injured a little bit, and they're going to rest him. Can they get the big guys involved early? If you can get the big guys involved early, you control the paint, then they can take control of the ball game. I think that's what Coach Wells will want to do.
And right now on the court here at John Hardin High School, Brandon Price, who we just spoke about, Brandon has entered into the 1,000-point club here at John Hardin High School. His parents are out on the center court with him, and Coach Mark Wells out there with him as well. And a player that we have seen over the last couple of years, and I've seen him do miraculous things. And when you look at him, he's not the tallest player, but he makes shots. He controls the team. He's really the heartbeat of his team as he gets out there and gets after it on the defensive end and also the offensive end. And just a remarkable career for him. Unfortunately, as you said, Ricky is nursing a sore ankle tonight. And with that, he'll be sitting out in street clothes. Now we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Featuring Central Hardin Bruins and your John Hardin Bulldogs. Central Hardin Bruins are coached by assistants James Walsh, Matt Nichols, and the head coach J.C. Wright. Starting lineup for the Bruins. At guard, a senior, number 14, Troy Squires. At forward, a senior, number 35, Alex Crowder. At guard, a senior, number 12, Andy Kerr. At forward, a senior, number 21, Cody Elmore. And at center, a senior, number 40, Tyler McCullough. And now, your John Hardin Bulldogs. Starting at guard, a 5'9" sophomore, the three-point assassin, and number 11, Elijah Smith. Starting at guard, a 5'11" junior, the glove, Mr. Defender, number 4, Patrick Anderson. Starting at forward, a senior, 6'4", Mr. Hustle, Ricky Burns. Starting at forward, a 6'4" junior, the high riser, number 5, Keon Williams. And starting at center, a 6'2" senior, the man in the middle, the beast, number 44, Devion Green. The Bulldogs are coached by assistants Marcus Heiss, Jerry McCurry, and the head man in charge, Mark Wells.
And so there we have the starting lineups tonight for the Central Hardin Bruins. It will start off with Squires, Kerr, McCullough, Crowder, and Elmore. For the John Hardin Bulldogs, Green, Anderson, Williams, Smith, and Burns. Burns is the player who has come in tonight and is filling in for Ricky Price, or sorry, not Ricky Price, I apologize. Ricky is Brandon's older brother, but Brandon Price. And I talked to one of the assistant coaches for Central Hardin, for John Hardin before the game. He talked about Ricky Burns is just a motor. He gets out and goes after it on both ends of the court, brings a lot of energy to the court, and so we'll find out how he does tonight. There's the tip, taken by Patrick Anderson.
When you got a guy that like Lee and I always say, Brandon Price drives the bus for John Hardin. When you've got that guy sitting out with a little bit of an injury right now, it changes everybody's role a little bit. But the guys have been doing that for a couple of games now, so they're adjusting to it.
Green with the shot inside, no good. Taken away by Patrick Anderson, taken back by Troy Squires. Now Andy Kerr bringing it up the court for the Bruins. Quick pass down, in and out of the hands of Crowder. And coming away with it is Keon Williams. Back up the court, going right down the lane and the layup. 2 points for Keon Williams.
Central Hardin Coach Wright going to sub. Doesn't like the fact nobody stops the basketball that time.
A lot of pressure by John Hardin. Coming up now is Squires with the ball, looking to find somebody. Gets it into Elmore. Back to Squires, taking it to the top of the key. Now Andy Kerr with it, bringing it out to the half-court circle. Calling the plays. Over to Squires. Squires now gets it back to McCullough. Down inside to Elmore and back out top to Squires again. Elmore with the shot from the corner, no good. Ricky Burns with the rebound.
John Hardin does a good job. Central does enter the ball right on the basket right there, but John's size keeps Elmore from wanting to put that ball up in the paint.
Patrick Anderson now with the ball at the top of the key. Over to number 11, Elijah Smith. Anderson now with the ball, gets it into Davion Green. Green going to be driving to the basket, puts it up, and good.
He put the ball on the floor right around McCullough there. Central trying to play man-to-man here to open the ball game. Played more zone last time, but had a whole lot of trouble rebounding out of the zone.
Central breaks the John Hardin press. Down inside, basket is good by Alex Crowder. Foul's going to be on Patrick Anderson. And for Anderson, his first team foul. And for Central Hardin on that, they did a good job of breaking the press, getting it down, and then attacking the basket was Crowder, who gets the 2 points and now goes to the line to shoot one.
Yeah, they got to use a lot of discretion right there. If you look at them, if you get the opportunity and pick up a little numbers against their heavy pressure, you want to attack because you got to make them pay some. But you can't get in such a rush that you start playing at the pace they want you to. If they run up and down the floor, it gives John Hardin an advantage. Central needs to attack when the opportunity arises.
Green inside and up for two, now making the score. 6-3, John Hardin on top.
Yeah, no answer for Green there early. He missed a basket 3 foot right in front of the rim on the first possessions, but got a couple in ever since.
Andy Kerr now being pressured by Keon Williams.
That's a late call. I thought a foul. A couple dribbles before that, but he's going to get the whistle.
Foul number 5, Keon Williams, his first, team second.
And for John Hardin, one of the things that they do, they don't mind getting in foul trouble. They have got a very deep bench. Coach Wells will go 5 or 6 in there.
I think you find with John Hardin every now and then, Bobby, sometimes you get into the bench, the offense suffers just a little, but there's no let up on the defensive end. All those guys guard people.
Kerr now swings it over to Jacob Barnes, has checked in the game for the Bruins. Crowder will take a three-pointer, in and out, no good. Green with the rebound. Anderson bringing it up, gets it to Williams, now back to Anderson. Anderson to quarter it back on the football team, going to be put into the position of quarterbacking this basketball team tonight with Brandon Price out. Davion Green inside, taken up, looks like it's going to be fouled, going to the basket. Foul's going to be on Crowder, his first, team first.
I like Green looking over here to the bench. He scored 2 trips in a row, and rather than ask, throw me the ball, he asked the coach, said, what do you want us to run? And they run exactly what Coach Wells points out.
And now the coaches are complaining. Coach Wells thinks that he was shooting 2. Coach Wright for Central Hardin is saying no, he was on the ground.
JC's winning that call right now. That looks like they're taking it out of bounds under the basket.
Anderson to trigger it in for the Bulldogs. Gets it into Green, now over to Ricky Burns. Patrick Anderson quickly down to Green, inside the lane, puts it up no good, gets his own rebound, and knocks it out of bounds himself. Turnover to the Bruins.
Yeah. Davion has a chance to grab that basketball maybe before it goes out of bounds. Instead, he leaves it in the hands of the officials. Anytime you can grab it and take it out of the whistle, you probably should go ahead and get a hold of it.
Andy Kerr with the ball, bringing it up. Tipped by Ricky Burns, turnover to Patrick Anderson, who gets it to Keon Williams. Williams goes up, is fouled, and the 2 points.
Basket good.
Andy Kerr with the foul.
Your pregame assessment looking good there as Burns creates that hand in the passing lane.
Elijah Smith checking out into the game. Number 15, Matt Miller, a freshman. We've talked about him several times in these John Hardin games. Another very good player for this Bulldog team. Williams to the line to shoot 1 and gets it to fall. Now the score 9-3, John Hardin on top. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play.
It's not often you find a freshman first guy off the bench. The kid's got to be a pretty good player.
Kerr with it inside, passed it off to Barnes. Kerr has it back, goes inside, now gives it to McCullough. McCullough up, off the rim, no good. Green with the rebound.
Pretty good execution by Central Hardin that time. McCullough's got to finish that. Likes him to get that ball on the backboard.
Matt Miller now out in the front. Gets it over to Williams. And back into Green. Green has not been stopped tonight at all. Missed his own shots, but has not been stopped getting the ball down low. Matt Miller with the ball. Troy Squires playing defense on him. Patrick Anderson now gets the ball. Andy Kerr will be playing defense against him. Green at the three-point line. Not a threat to shoot it outside. And the travel is going to be called on Davion Green. A couple of times now we've seen Green with the basketball and have some turnovers.
Yeah, big hop right there for the walk. I liked what he did with the freshman right there. Coach Wells called out a play, and the freshman's in the wrong place, and Green barked at him, kind of got him to go to the right position to get the play started. Taking a leadership role there with the younger kids.
Andy Kerr with the ball now. Trying to look for an open one. Gets
Central need to knock down some of those outside shots. Elmore passed on one right there.
Elmore pass blocked by Ricky Burns out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Bruins.
Yeah, if you're Central Hardin, you'd like to see Squires get to shoot the ball a little bit. He's been running pretty hot. Had the 30-point game against North last week, but everybody knows that. It's not hard to scout that. You want to try to cover Troy up on the outside right now.
Elmore just inside the Barnes just inside, no good. Good pass from Matt Miller down to Davion Green. Now has 6 points on the night, and Coach Wright has seen enough and going to call a timeout with the 3:45 mark to go here in this first quarter of play. John Hardin on top, 11-3.
Young Miller had his head up on that break, right? Had his head up, saw his big guy. Hard to miss Green if he's running the floor, but nice pass to get him the easy layup.
Again, with a little over 5 minutes gone here in this first quarter of play, 4 minutes. Davion Green now with 6 points early in the game. Keon Williams with the other 5 points for the Bulldogs. Alex Crowder has done all the scoring for the Bruins. He basically they had broken the press, got it down, put in his 2 points, was fouled, went to the line, and made his free throw. That is all the scoring that Central Hardin has right now.
For Central Hardin, number 31, Dylan Glenn.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, Johannesburg Boulware, number 34, and for the Bruins, number 31, Dylan Glenn.
Be careful picking that ball up early against the press. Better have an idea what you want to do with it.
Squires
Troy
gets
wide
it with
open.
an open shot. No good. Rebound by Keon Williams. Gets it back to Patrick Anderson.
Coach Rice got to like that shot out of the timeout. Troy got to look with nobody even running at him.
Matt Miller with some trouble. Gets it back out to Patrick Anderson. Reset the offense. Unsure. There was a foul. No, I believe it's going to be a 3-second call. Looks like Johannesburg Boulware was caught napping in the lane down low.
Somebody over there on the far side, yeah, has 1 foot in the lane. Got to step in and out of there.
Elijah Smith quickly back in. Crowder back in for the Bruins. Squires going to be left alone to break the press by Elijah Smith. Gets it past half court. Andy Kerr going to take the 15-footer. Off the glass, no good. Couple of rebounds in there. Patrick Anderson finally comes down with it for the Bulldogs and then is fouled.
Central got some looks down in the lane.
They've gotten a couple of looks this last couple of trips down. Good open, an open shot by Troy Squires. And then that time, Dylan Green had an opportunity down low.
Well, they had the nice little bounce pass curve through McCullough earlier where he missed about the 4-foot little half jump hook there. And Central struggles offensively at times. When you get those opportunities inside 6 feet, you really need to make some of those baskets.
That last foul on Troy Squires, his first, team third. Inside to Elijah Smith, back to Boulware. Now back out to Miller, the top of the key.
And Central had been man up to this point, 2-3 this trip.
Miller going to take a shot from the top of the key, no good. Boulware with the rebound and put back in. Johannes Boulware.
Johannesburg right there, weak side glass over on the left-hand block, picking up the trashy rebound and getting the easy garbage basket. Right there at the rim, good hustle by Boulware to get the offensive board.
Crowder now with the ball, goes down low, off the glass and good.
Basket by Crowder.
He has all 5 of the points for the Central Hardin Bruins.
Crowder down, took an elbow or bumped a head or something down there holding top of his head.
Entering the game, number 5, Keon Williams, and number 31, Ricky Burns. Also entering the game, number 40.
I'm unsure what happened
Tyler
down
McCullough.
underneath. I was looking back at Crowder.
Yeah. Crowder goes down after he makes the basket. Made contact with somebody, rubbing the top of his head right here. John Hardin really opened up baseline. Nobody stepped over and put their foot down. Crowder takes advantage of that and blows by for the layup.
Good job by Andy Kerr not to go out of bounds. Gets it back down. Squire's going to take it by the 22-footer. Going to be short off the front of the rim. But Elmore with the rebound. Getting a little sloppy with the ball carrier are the Bruins. McCullough takes the shot and good.
Nice face up. Got himself squared up. Turned and got his shoulders lined with the basket. Good shot.
A minute 30 to go here in the first quarter of play. John Hardin on top, 13-7 over the visiting Bruins. Williams now with the ball, gets it to Smith down in the corner. Back to Williams on the wing. Back in the corner, Elijah Smith from 3-point. Shot is up, no good. Ricky Burns with the rebound on the inside, up and good.
Staying after it down there on the block. Tipped it to himself to get the basket.
And a couple of times tonight there's been some rebounding by the guards of the Bulldogs to come in and get easy baskets.
Yeah, Central struggling to keep them off of those boards. We talked about that being somewhat of a key.
McCullough with about the 3-footer puts it strong off the rim, no good. Burns with the rebound. Smith up the court, now over to Matt Miller. Miller back at the top of the key. He's going to drive inside the zone, take about an 8-footer, knocks it down. Makes the score 17-7 with 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play.
John Hardin starting to take a little bit of control. Green was on the bench last couple minutes, yet they're still increasing their lead.
McCullough driving to the basket. I believe it's going to be a block. That time, Adrian Jackson, I think, is going to be the guilty party.
Jackson, his first, team third.
That will send Tyler McCullough to the line to shoot 2. 17-7. 30.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. McCullough's first one on the way and no good.
Into the game, number 20, Jacob Barnes. Number 4, Patrick Anderson. And number 44, Davion Green.
Barnes checks back in for the Bruins. Anderson and Green check back in for the Bulldogs. McCullough's second one in and out. Burns with the rebound.
2 missed free throws. Lead stays at 10.
Looks like Coach Wells wants them to hold for the last shot. Down to the 20-second mark.
Nothing wrong with taking a double-digit lead to the end of the first quarter. Content with that. Maybe try to push it out to 12 or 13 here.
Anderson now triggers the offense. Around to the left. Smith inside to Green. Green puts one dribble down, goes up strong. 5-footer is good. 8 points now for the John Hardin senior. And that will end our first quarter of play. So at the end of one, John Hardin 19, Central Hardin 7. Scoring in that first quarter of play on the visiting Bruins side. It was very simple. Alex Crowder had 5 of the points, 2 made baskets and 1 free throw, and Tyler McCullough with the other made basket. On the John Hardin side, Davion Green leads all scorers with 8. Keon Williams with 5 points. Ricky Burns with 2, Matt Miller with 2, and Johannesburg Bolware with 2. No real foul trouble. 3 players on each team, each with 1 foul as we go into the beginning of the second quarter.
Hey, you look at the first quarter right there, and offensively for John Hardin, you just say Davion Green had his way. Really no deterrent. The defense for Central didn't offer any resistance to him trying to get the ball to the basket. Actually missed a couple easy shots, or he'd have a dozen there in the first quarter. Defensively, you got to like John Hardin's pressure. I mean, they've taken Central Hardin out of anything they're trying to run and really keeping the pressure turned up high at the half-court level.
They really are, and you said it. Central Hardin hasn't really gotten into a rhythm on the offensive end where they can run plays. To an extent, they've gotten some good shots, but it's almost like pass the ball around and hope for somebody to get open, or we're going to pass around and find a drive. But it doesn't look like a set play has been really run successfully for these Bruins here early on in this game.
Well, John Hardin turns up that defensive pressure, and if you're the next pass, they deny real hard. So it's hard to throw the next pass, so it's tough to get into an offensive set.
Squires gets it over to Crowder. Crowder going to drive down low. Off the glass and good.
That's twice Crowder's gone left-hand baseline, and the John Hardin guys ran at him and jumped. They haven't kept their feet on this side. Been undisciplined twice. It's led to 2 layups for Crowder.
Keon Williams drives it into the lane. Backs it back out to Patrick Anderson. Anderson going to take an off-balance shot. No good. McCullough with the rebound.
We made a tough shot out of that.
Andy Kerr struggling to get it up. And before anybody can get the ball, J.C. Wright going to call a timeout to prevent the turnover. Kerr, as he was coming up, was trying to cross over on Elijah Smith. Smith, it looked like bumped him just a little bit, knocked Kerr off balance. Kerr went to the ground, but was J.C. Wright right there on the spot, calls the timeout before the turnover happens.
J.C.'s close to the official right there. He's got to hope for a better result. They did the same thing against North. Lee and I had the game last week. Kerr lost his balance, slipped on the floor, something goes to the floor, and they take a timeout to save possession, threw away the inbounds pass. It was a burn timeout, didn't get anything out of it. Got to hope for a better result this time coming out of the timeout.
Yes, indeed. For John Hardin tonight, again, leading scorer for them, Davion Green with 8, Keon Williams with 5. For the Central Hardin Bruins, Alex Crowder down with 7 points. 19-9 early in the second quarter of play. Kerr gets it up to Crowder on the right wing. I say there's a bump on Patrick Anderson. That should be his second foul.
John Hardin's playing zone right now, but it's not what you used to call a zone in our day. There's not the laid-back 2-3. It's the come-and-get-you zone. They're doubling the ball on the wings really hard.
And again, they're not a team that's afraid to get into foul trouble. They're very deep. We've already seen 9 players come into the game for the Bulldogs, so they send them at you in waves.
Well, and defensively, they would rather you be aggressive and pick up a couple fouls than to be passive defensively.
Crowder with the three-pointer off the back of the iron, no good. Matt Miller with the rebound. Gets it to Keon Williams for a three-pointer, no good. Davion Green with the rebound. Green inside, looked like he got the ball knocked away from him, knocked out of bounds, but the Bulldogs will retain possession.
They've got to have a handful or better offensive rebounds there in the first quarter, and they continue it right here, first possession. Coming down, Green gets an offensive rebound to start the second.
I'm surprised that the Bruins haven't tried something else against Green. Elijah Smith for 3 out in front. His first three-pointer of the night. And quickly, Keon Williams knocks it away, knocks it out of bounds. score now 22-9. John Hardin on top of the Central Hardin Bruins. 6:50 to go here in the first half of play.
You better put a little bit on that pass if you're going to throw it more than 20 feet against the John Hardin pressure, because they're going to close down the passing lane in a quick fashion.
Crowder with it under net, and good. Crowder now with 9 points on the night. Cuts the lead to 11.
We got an update right here. North Hardin leads E-Town 18-16 after a quarter. Another big district game tonight in the boys' action.
Keon Williams now with the pass. Matt Miller back out front. Going to be knocked away by Troy Squires. Bulldogs will retain possession. Later this week, Thursday night, we will be covering the John Hardin girls homecoming game against the visiting Central Hardin Bruins. And on Friday night, live action, North Hardin girls at the Elizabethtown girls. Both of those games start at 7:30 p.m. Squires playing tight defense out on Matt Miller.
And Central scrambling, they're putting some pressure up on the wings, but you got to be careful there, because if the ball goes away from you and they get a shot up, you're leaving a lot of room down inside. Burns had a pretty good look at it there. Doesn't mean anything.
Smith with the rebound and shot, no good. Squires with it coming out, bringing it up court. To McCullough. McCullough tries to hit a cutting Crowder.
Smart by Crowder to tip it back to him. He can't catch the ball, but he tips it back to his teammate.
Elmore with the ball, driving in, gives it to Crowder. Crowder going to drive to his right. Now back to Squires. And it looks like Burns is going to pick up the foul on Cody Elmore.
And Coach Wells got to work with Burns on that left-hand baseline. You got to get down there quicker and put your foot on that baseline. They've been beat 3 times now, twice for a layup, and then that time they pick up the foul. Not the only thing they've done wrong defensively.
Johannesburg Boulware checking in for Burns. Elmore to throw it in for the Bruins.
Squires got the wide open three-pointer. Probably, I think him and Crowder are probably the leading scorers on the team, but I think that's the only shot he's taken. Went to take another one, got it blocked.
Blocked by Matt Miller. Davion Green tries to bring it down. It's going to be stripped away by Squires. Actually, Squires has gone scoreless in this game so far. 22-11 again, 5:26 to go here in the second quarter of play. John Hardin on top. Smith going to take a three-pointer from the outside, and good. His second three-pointer.
Don't snooze on Smith on the out-of-bounds play. If you don't chase him the wing, he can knock that thing down.
25-11, the 14-point lead built by the John Hardin Bulldogs. All 6 points here in the second quarter have come from Elijah Smith on 2 three-pointers. Kerr now with the ball, gets it to Elmore. Back over to Kerr.
Again, having trouble getting to run anything right here.
McCullough going to take it from the outside. A long two-pointer, no good. Davion Green with the rebound. Green going to try to bring it up. Going to be back-tipped from Alex Crowder and out of bounds, but the Bulldogs will retain possession.
Green does so much for John Hardin. It's hard for Coach Wells to fuss at him, but good idea right there. Maybe try to find yourself a guard.
Yeah, it's not his strength dribbling the basketball. Matt Miller to inbound it for the Bulldogs. Out to Williams. Williams drives inside the zone, going to take the 8-footer up and good.
Getting a lot of easy looks right here. Open three-pointers. That's a pretty open little look off a dribble drive, about an 8-footer by Williams.
Williams now with 7 points here in the ballgame.
Lead going up every time.
Kerr kicks it out to Crowder. Fakes the shot, now dribbling with his left. Stops at the free throw line. Shoots up, no good. Ball being bounced around. Crowder finally gets it, knocks it off of Matt Miller and goes out of bounds. Checking in now, number 42, Adrian Jackson, and number 12, Gabe Montgomery for the Bulldogs.
John Hardin making it such a struggle for Central on the offensive end. We played 11 and a half minutes. They got 11 points. I mean, you got to find a way to get more than a point a minute if you're going to stay in the ball game.
Kerr with a three-point shot out front, off the iron and no good. Going to go off of Keon Williams and stay with the Bruins. Checking in now, TJ Gordon for the Bruins. Glenn will have a seat. Crowder to inbound it for the Bruins. Going to throw it deep out. Squires in the backcourt, gets the ball now up to Kerr. 4:12 to go here in the second quarter. John Hardin on top, 27-11. McCullough now with the ball on the wing, going to take the three-pointer. Up, no good. Keon Williams with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Troy Squires playing defense out in front on Matt Miller. Miller drives it inside, has the shot blocked by Squires, Coming away with it is Alex Crowder driving down. Up and good. Crowder's now 11th point on the night. Crowder steals the ball and gets it in again.
Central needed some of that. 4 quick points by Crowder. Good hustle for him. Step back in and get the steal in the second basket.
At 3:40 mark, John Hardin takes a timeout. John Hardin with a 12-point lead, 27-15. In this quarter alone, all 8 points that Central Hardin has scored have all come from Alex Crowder. Crowder with, now I have him unofficially, 13 points of the 15 points by the Bruins.
He's the only one offensively getting anything done for him. Got those 2 nice drives, kind of got his offense, got him a little bit of confidence, and got his little pep in his step. He got those 2 drives baseline where John kind of opened up and let him go. You get a couple layups when you're a scorer under your belt, and then that confidence starts rising, and you can see that Alex Crowder right now, he's taking a little bit of the bull by the horns on the offensive end.
Doing an excellent job, and Coach Wells had seen quite enough of that. And sometimes what happens is the Bulldogs outpace themselves, and they got too fast that time trying to get the ball back in and got lazy with the pass, and Crowder able to steal it and then put it right back in.
Yeah, if you coach right, you got to like the quick 4 points. You know, you whittle the thing down to 12, you can get a good stop and get the ball back and get to single digits.
Matt Miller just waiting on the play from Coach Wells.
Coach Wells checks out the defensive set and then calls it from the sideline.
Miller driving in, drives it underneath, and it goes off of Miller and out of bounds. Turnover to the Bruins.
Coach Wells thinks he takes a little bit of contact, but I think he got himself a little bit deep with the dribble drive.
Long pass into Squires, catches it. Going to back it back out. Now gets it to Crowder, driving down the lane, up and good. Crowder's 10th point of the quarter and cuts the lead to 10. 27-17, 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play.
He gets 6 points in about 25 seconds there.
Smith now with the ball back over to Miller. Getting it down low to Adrian Jackson. Jackson shot up, no good. McCullough with the rebound.
Another stop for Central Hardin, a chance to get it to single digits, down 10.
And it seems like since Davion Green has gone out of the game, Central Hardin has been able to put some points on the board. Squires with a deep three-pointer, no good. Keon Williams with the rebound. Long arms from Keon Williams.
Big one hand, yeah, he carried that. Referee behind him can't see it. JC can see it really good because he's coming right at him. He's going to fuss at these boys right here. The guy behind him can't see that. Keon got that ball up against his body coming down the floor.
Andy Kerr going to be the guilty party on that one. His second foul on the night. Team's 4th. Barnes going to check in for Kerr. Kerr has 2 fouls for the Bruins, only one with 2 fouls. Patrick Anderson, the only Bulldog with 2 fouls. Bulldogs have 5 fouls here in this first half of play. Bruins have 4. To set the game, it's 2:32 to go here in the first half of play. John Hardin with a 10-point lead. It was as much as 16 points just a couple of minutes ago, but Alex Crowder scoring off 6 straight points has cut the John Hardin lead to 10 points. Lazy pass inside is going to be stolen by Troy Squires, tipped from McCullough.
And Central get a little confidence here late in the first half.
Squires now looks like he's going to be running the point with Kerr on the bench. McCullough gets the ball down low, and they're going to call a charge on McCullough, his first foul on the night. I think it could have gone either way. Could have gone either way.
Little bit of contact and a heavy sell. And a heavy sell.
Yeah, that could have gone charge, it could have gone block, and it could have gone no call.
Could have easily gone no call. McCullough gets a wide open shot right there, would have helped Central.
Matt Miller now going to bring it up. And ever since the Bruins have gone to this zone, it seems like they're having a lot more success. Now they're coming back out in a man-to-man look. Smith with the ball out in front.
Not as tough for them to play man-to-man with Green on the bench.
Dimitri Cooper has checked in for the Bulldogs. Now they're going to say Cooper is going to get the foul there as he was a moving screen.
Foul number 25, Dimitri Cooper.
Coach Wright's been down that end working for that call a little bit because they said a lot of baseline picks, a lot of back picks down there. I think he's been in the official's ear as they come by on that end of the floor.
Kerr going to check back in for McCullough this time. And we talk about Dimitri Cooper coming into the game. I have 11 Bulldogs listed on the roster. 10 of them have already been in the game. 1:51 to go. John Hardin retains a 10-point lead.
Like you say, Bobby, they go deep. They go deep.
And they steal from Matt Miller over to Keon Williams. Williams off the glass and good.
You let them steal it in the backcourt and get those numbers going, and looks like a basket more often than not.
And Keon Williams knocks the ball out of bounds. And you see John Hardin putting in full court pressure now on the Bruins.
Central's made a little bit of run. We're going to try to turn the pressure up. John Hardin's decided press is where we can stimulate our offense. We slowed down a little bit.
Barnes with the ball. Gets it over to Kerr. Kerr now kicks it to Troy Squires in the corner for three. Up, no good. Good job by Glenn with the rebound. Loses control. People diving all over the floor. Looks like it's going to be on Dimitri Cooper. It is going to be on Cooper.
Cooper gets a couple quick fouls. The offensive moving pick violation and then the diving on the floor. Can't fault that foul. That's just trying to scrap for the ball, and he falls in under a guy's legs.
Green going to check back in the game, and now going to the line will be Dylan Glenn. Shooting the 1-and-1.
1:22 to go in the half. First team to hit the bonus, so pretty clean on the fouls. The guys have let them play a little bit.
First one is good by Glenn. He will have one more.
Into the game, number 40, Hardin McCullough.
McCullough checks back in the games for Barnes. 29-18, 1:22 to go here in the first half of play. Glenn's second one on the way, off the iron, and good. Cuts the lead back to 10 points for the Bulldogs. Matt Miller going to bring it up.
If you're Central Hardin, you look at the scoreboard, 1:15 to go in the half, and you're down 10. If you could take it under double digits going to the half, I think you'd be pretty happy if you're Coach Wright and his staff.
That time almost triple team down low was Davion Green. Is going to be fouled by McCullough. Going to pick up his second. That will put Davion Green at the line to shoot two.
We'll send Green to the line, make him make two 15-footers rather than making one 2-footer. So probably not a bad play in there. At least make him earn them from the stripe.
And that might be the plan.
Well, he's just overpowering people from the block. Those are layups.
Knocks the first one down. That's his 9th point on the night. Just his first point here in the second quarter.
He shoots that playing down pretty quick if he knocks down free throws.
And with that free throw, good. Pushes the lead back out to 12 points.
Green and Crowder both piling up nearly a game's worth of points here in the first half, having big offensive nights.
Kerr got up in the air, didn't know what he was going to do with it, turned it over. Elijah Smith with it, quickly down, gets it to Matt Miller now. Coach Wells wants him to back it out.
Got up in the air is the big problem there. You never want to jump in the air unless you got a real good idea where to pass the ball.
A 5-second call. Andy Kerr, I would say, made up for it on the defensive end that time as he had Matt Miller tight enough that they were going to call the 5-second call. Miller continued to dribble it around. Miller's a very good ball handler. I think sometimes he dribbles it more than he should.
You can pound that rock a little too much at times. Kerr does a good job there, though, of coming back in, sticking his nose in there defensively and getting the ball back to the Bruins.
And now the Bulldogs trying to put some pressure underneath to Glenn. Glenn gets it up and good for two.
Nice job. Two passes make that layup. First pass has to be made so the second guy can get the assist.
And a good job of taking advantage of the aggressiveness by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, once they got Green out of the play, he went for the steal out around the top of the key, ends up on the floor, and they had some numbers advantage.
Williams with the ball now under 20 seconds, looking to find somebody, finds Matt Miller. Miller going to bring it back out, back to Elijah Smith. 10 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Smith with the ball. Now gets it to Matt Miller, under 5 seconds. Miller driving inside, going to force it up, no good. Tip back, no good by Burns. And so at the end of the first half, John Hardin takes a 10-point lead, 31-21 over the visiting Central Hardin Bruins. We will be right back after this action with the second half action to play.
This is a Hardin County educational and community television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs.
There are certain things that we are glad are only found halfway across the world, like lions, sandstorms, and volcanoes. Customer service, though, it's nice to have that close to home. Brandenburg Telephone Company and Brandenburg Telecom. We connect you to the world, all at the speed of local. You're local. We figure we should be local, too.
At Physical Therapy Associates, we treat a wide variety of injuries and disorders. Our specialties include orthopedics, back and neck pain, pre- and post-operative rehabilitation, sports medicine, work-related injuries, motor vehicle injuries, and diabetic neuropathy treatment. We also use kinesiotaping techniques and are a certified ASTEM provider. PTA is locally owned and operated by Guy Wallace with offices in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, Bardstown, and South Louisville. You can also visit our website at physicaltherapyky.com. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results.
At West Point Bank, we're proud to serve the community that you call home because we call it home too. We strive to provide excellent customer service, competitive products, and contribute to our community.
We are honored to contribute to Hardin County Schools and support its students because they are the future of our community. To our high school sports teams, good luck and best wishes for a successful season.
Hardin County, join us in supporting our students. We wish them the greatest success.
Imagine luxury living, great prices, and a convenient location. Are you thinking that no rental property can meet all those needs? I'm Karen Harris, and you can find all those qualities and more at etownapartments.com. We are family owned and operated with over 30 years combined experience. We offer luxury townhomes, apartments, duplexes, and single family homes that are just minutes away from your workplace, school, shopping, and Fort Knox. You'll save gas, time, and money by taking a virtual tour at etownapartments.com. Or you can call me today to schedule your tour at 270-268-RENT.
There's a place that feels more connected, where life is more agreeable, more reliable, and more delightful every day. Where there's a blissful feeling of satisfaction with your wireless phone, your plan, and most of all, your service. It's the state of Bluephoria, and you can only get there by way of Bluegrass Cellular. Welcome to Bluephoria.
E-Town Exterminating, 737-6900. Also online at mugabug.com. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our sponsors.
Over the Central Hardin Bruins. And Hugh, as we come back to action, what has been working for the Bulldogs here in the first half?
Well, when Green's been on the floor, they've been able to put the ball inside, and he's pretty much had his way. Hadn't shot an incredibly high percentage. He's missed 2 or 3 of those inside, yet he's still an easy double-digit scorer there in the first half.
And for Central Hardin, what do they need to do here in the second half?
Central Hardin has to maintain their effort level because the effort's been really good. JC can't complain about their effort because they really scrap. It's a gritty squad. They got to find a way to knock down some shots. Their shooting percentage there in the first half has to be pretty low. Crowder pretty much put him on his back and got him back in the ball game and within 10.
Alex Crowder, of the 21 points, had I've got him down for 15 of those points here in that first half of play, so doing an excellent job. Tyler McCullough with 2 and Dylan Green with 2 and Troy Squires with 2 as well. For the John Hardin Bulldogs, leading scorer in the first half was Davion Green with 10 points. Keon Williams had 9 points. Elijah Smith with 6. Ricky Burns with 2. Matt Miller with 2. And Johannes Bulware with 2. As we come back to action, John Hardin will be inbounding the ball.
Crowder gave Central Hardin a little bit of life coming into the second half here. That little stretch where he got the basket, got the steal in the basket, and then next possession down got another layup. He got 6 points in about 25 or 30 second time frame. They were on the verge of getting run out of the gym. Got them back in there where they pepped up their step a little bit, and they were able to whittle it down to 10, at least be able to see John Hardin right here.
And Burns was Crowder cut that lead from 16 to 10 in about that 25-second span. Now Patrick Anderson with the ball. Again, the Bulldogs playing tonight without Brandon Price. Davion Green inside, throws it off the backboard and out of bounds.
Trying to throw it to the far corner. Williams is over there looking, set up the three-pointer, but hits the bottom of the backboard.
I'd want to know why he just didn't shoot the ball underneath the basket.
And, looked like the blue shirts were coming in a hurry, and a whole bunch of them.
At halftime, North Hardin leads Elizabethtown 38-33. Ball inbounded to Troy Squires.
Lee showed me an update there, and it looked like E-Town was shooting a huge percentage, upper 60s, but had a bunch of turnovers there in the first half. We're right there in the ball game.
Squires now with the ball. Gets it over to Elmore. Squires going to drive, kicks it back out to Elmore. Pump fakes the 3, now gets it to Kerr.
Tough for them to find an open shot.
Squire drives inside, puts it up no good. Ricky Burns with the rebound.
John Hardin does such a good job of closing out on shooters that you feel like they're open for half a second.
Elijah Smith for 3, no good. McCullough with the rebound.
Good job there, limits him to one shot.
Second half play, it's Kerr, Elmore, Crowder, McCullough, and Squires for the Bruins. Shot by McCullough, no good. Blocked by Crowder as he got the rebound, but then puts it back in. Crowder now with 17 points on the night.
17 of the 23.
For the Bulldogs, it is Anderson, Green, Elijah Smith, Ricky Burns, and Keon Williams. Green going to the glass, going to be fouled. Looks like it's going to be on McCullough. And it is. It's going to be his third foul. Team first here. Davion Green will be shooting 2.
John Hardin comes out here in the second half and goes right back to that focal point of the offense. They stuck the ball inside both trips here.
Green 2 for 2 in this game from the line.
And the kiss of death. Way to put the whammy on him. 2 for 2. Brick off the front of the rim.
Like he was falling away as he was shooting it. Didn't have good balance at the line.
Stay in there.
Green now extends the lead out to 9 points, 32-23 here, 6:45 to go in the third quarter.
Good job correcting the fade. He stayed in there a lot better on that second one.
Steal from Patrick Anderson over to Keon Williams. Williams puts it up and good.
Didn't catch it real clean, but was wise enough to gather himself and take his time to make the layup. Another
and now steal by Green. Green gets it to Ricky Burns, pump fakes and then puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it off the glass and good by Burns.
How long can Coach Wright wait right there? 2 steals real quick and getting baskets out of them.
And a lot of pressure in the backcourt. It looked like Elijah Smith off his foot. Going to go to the Bruins.
Central Hardin crowd thinks he got a piece of Squires there.
And Dylan Glenn checking back in for the Bruins.
Coach Wells asked him to face guard right here. They're working on the deny real hard on the inbounds.
Into Andy Kerr. And sometimes the Bulldogs will fake like it's man-to-man, then all of a sudden, just like here, they'll trap with 2 other people.
Yeah, 2 guys jumped, and the guy that was in the man-to-man left them to go back and help in the passing line.
And Keon Williams ends up with the ball, puts it up, and is going to be fouled. Looks like he was going to be fouled by Alex Crowder. And it is Crowder's second foul on the night.
Again, John Hardin uses that defensive pressure to create offense and easy looks.
Keon Williams going to the line to shoot 2. He is 1 for 1 on the night from the line. And I've done it again. There will be no more.
I'd have dropped $1 on that one.
There are no more free throw shooting statistics coming tonight.
He's been to the line previously.
Yeah. in and out on the second one. Ricky Burns with a very bad foul as he goes over the back of Dylan Glenn.
Maybe the easiest call of the night for an official. That one, he climbed him pretty good.
Second foul on Burns. Team first here in the second half of play. John Hardin now on top, 36-23. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Crowder passes it across court. It's in between Squires and McCullough, both of them looking at each other.
And ended up in the hands of Alvin Garrison, principal John Hardin. Alvin, I thought he might pull the trigger on that.
He could play back in his day.
Yeah, Alvin likes to get it in the air now. I thought he might put that up.
Davion Green out now. Alex Crowder with the steal. Very good job. Takes it in for 2.
He's all the offense tonight for Central Hardin. Really hustling everywhere defensively, creating some stuff for himself.
Green with the ball down low. Going to kick it back out to Williams at the top of the key. Williams drives in, gets fouled, going up.
Squires got the hands on him down low.
They're going to say it was on Dylan Glenn.
There's some choice in there. I thought Troy had a hand on his hip as he crossed the lane, but Glenn's going to pick it up.
Patrick Anderson to inbound it. Gets it into Davion Green right under the basket. Goes up strong and is going to be fouled by Tyler McCullough, his 4th on the night.
Bad news for Central Hardin. Probably their guy that's got the most size and probably their strongest guy inside just got his 4th foul. There's 5.5 minutes to go in the third.
We'll just say that Green has been to the line earlier in the evening. 5:30 to go here in the game. An 11-point lead by the John Hardin Bulldogs.
He appreciates that. He appreciates that.
Green now with 12 points on the night. 1 free throw still to go. TJ Gordon checks in for the Bruins. McCullough will have a seat on the bench.
Green's a tough cover inside. Central Hardin's not huge. McCullough's their biggest guy. Even for a team that's got some big guys, he's just so strong down inside. Does a good job of establishing position, and he goes to the basket hard.
Squires gets it in. He's going to pass it up. Green almost gets the steal. Glenn has the ball.
And if he catches that clean, they've got Gordon on the other block wide open. But the fact the defense is hustling back into the play keeps them from getting Central from getting the easy basket.
Squires driving in. It's going to be on Keon Williams, his 2nd foul.
Keon Williams, his 2nd, team 2nd. At the line shooting 2 from 14, Troy Squires.
And Coach Wells is going to disagree with that, saying he wasn't going up for the shot, but it did look like he was in the act of going up when he was fouled. And so Troy Squires will go to the line to shoot 2. Squires has not been to the line tonight. Knocks down the first.
Troy only got 1 basket there in the first quarter, and he's been playing pretty good lately. Been a double digit right there in the team score for Coach Wright. Really, this point in the ball game, need to find a way to get Troy heated up a little bit on the offensive end.
Cuts the lead to 11 for the Bulldogs. Good defense that time by the Bruins. Dylan Glenn knocks the ball out of bounds, but the Bulldogs will retain possession. Patrick Anderson to trigger it in for the Bulldogs.
Able to get in front of Green, not allow the pass to come in is easy.
Anderson going to take it all the way back out to the midcourt circle. 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Anderson going to take the 3-pointer. Off the iron, no good. Davion Green going in hard for the rebound. And officials called a foul. I'm unsure who it's on.
Foul on number 4.
It's going to be on Patrick Anderson, his 3rd. Team 3rd here in the second half.
John Hardin, offensively, the dynamic, the way they play is different with Brandon Price on the bench and the street close tonight. But they found a way. They've been playing that way. He's been out for 2 or 3 games, maybe a little bit more. But they found a way to be effective without him. It's a different style, but yet they're still getting the results.
There's a steal by Davion Green, takes it down the court. And there's again where Green should just give the ball up.
Well,
give the ball up and go get position.
Give it up and get it back. Yeah, you're right. Give it up, get your position, and get the ball back.
And they're going to say he wasn't shooting. That was going to be on Alex Crowder, his 3rd of the night.
And hard to get that call when you only take it in the hip. You got to get it somewhere between the shoulders, that contact.
Green, good position underneath, is going to be fouled.
Crowder behind, Gordon in front. Got choice.
T.J. Gordon going to pick up that foul.
Team fifth. At the line, shooter 2, number 44, Davion Green.
I have the Bruins with 16 fouls here in the second half of play. Score here 38-27. John Hardin on top. 4:46 to go here in the game. Davion Green at the line to shoot 2.
Central's got as many fouls the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the third quarter as they had the first half, because they didn't put John in the bonus there in the first half.
I think when you're down 10 points at halftime coming in, you're going to have to take some chances, and they're doing that on the defensive end, trying to get some steals, and have been called for it.
Trying to turn up that aggressiveness on the defensive end. Also, John Hardin stolen the ball with their press a couple times, and as they take it in for what looks like easy basket, Central's tried to catch back up and foul them.
Green will go to the seat now with 15 points. 5 of his points coming here in the third quarter, all from the line.
Crowder getting what I imagine will be a pretty quick blow. Get a drink, catch your breath, and Coach Crowder get him back in. He's the one offensive thing that he's been able to count on tonight.
Adrian Jackson getting in, taking the spot of Davion Green, gets the steal. Now Keon Williams with it. Gets it eventually back to Matt Miller. Williams going to take a deep 3. Looks like it's off to the left. No good. Looks like Johannesburg Boulware with the foul. And it is his first, team's 4th of the night. And John Hardin going to a full court press. Elmore trying to get it in, gets it into Dylan Glenn. Now back to Elmore. Troy Sky gets it, going to set the offense. Dylan Glenn looking for somebody to throw it to. Threw in and out of the hands of T.J. Gordon. Steal to Keon Williams. Williams pushing up the right-hand side. Going to be back tipped from behind by Troy Squires, and it goes out of bounds. Good hustle play from Squires.
And Gordon took his eye off that ball, and that pass into him down here right through his hands. John running the other way, but good recovery. Central Hardin, again, they don't give up on many plays. They're hustling back down, trying to break the thing up.
Matt Miller to throw it in for the Bulldogs. Going to get it into Elijah Smith. Looking for somebody cutting through is Keon Williams. Now he gets it to Adrian Jackson. Jackson with a three-pointer. Not his strength for sure. Squires gets it, falls to the ground. Going to be a travel call as Marcus Gorey is checked into the game for the Bulldogs.
Central would have been better off the quick whistle and the jump ball call right there as they have the arrow.
And Adrian Jackson, you shoot a three-pointer like that, Coach Wells takes you out of the game. Davion Green back in.
Hey, lesson learned? That'd be the question. Did he learn the lesson?
Matt Miller quickly into Davion Green. Green up with it and good for 2 more points. Now with 17 on the night is Davion Green. Elmore with it. Back to Barnes. Barnes from the corner for 3 and good.
Timeout,
Jacob
Coach
Barnes.
Wright. Quick timeout right there.
Barnes' first three-pointer of the night. Going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Wright. That cuts the lead to 42-30. John Hardin on top. 3:36 to go here in the third quarter. I'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, Brandenburg Telecom, E-Town Exterminating, Physical Therapy Associates, as you can see on the screen right now. And this third quarter hasn't seemed to have the same type of pace that the first half did. It seems like it has spurts of pace, but it seems like it's been more confusing on both ends.
And the fouls, too. We've got about as many fouls the first half of the third quarter as we had total there the first half. Slows things down, takes away the rhythm of the ball game a little bit. Central Hardin keeps hanging around. We feel like John Hardin's been in control of the ball game since, 2 minutes in? I mean, they've had control of the ball game, ran it out to double digits pretty quick at about 17-7. And we're up 11-3 early, so they took control early, and they've been in control the whole way, but they can't quite put it away and pull all the way away. Central hanging in there, go down 15, cut it back down to 10, 12 right now.
And a reminder, Thursday night we will be right back here at John Hardin High School for the Central Hardin Bruins playing the John Hardin Bulldogs in girls action. That will be brought to you by Lee and Hugh. And it is homecoming night for the Bulldogs. Then on Friday night, we will go to Elizabethtown for the Lady Trojans and the Lady Panthers squaring off in the 17th District battle. Davion Green down low and good. Green now really putting it on now with 9 points here in the third quarter alone.
And John's pressure speeds Central up, and as they play a little faster than they're comfortable with, they'd make the turnover right there. You know, Green right there, he caught the ball around the foul line, put his head down, goes one dribble around the initial defender. Somebody, and you gotta have some heart to do it, but you got to be willing to step in there and take that charge. You take a couple charges off of him, put him in some foul trouble, and put him on the bench. You know, if you're watching film of that, that's at least a strategy you can try to go with.
Ball going to be knocked away from Green and out of bounds, but the Bulldogs will keep possession.
We haven't seen a whole lot of guys one step in front of him tonight as he's put the head down and gone.
Maybe if you gave me a helmet and some football pads. Ball inbounded to Smith. Now back to Keon Williams. Crowder giving him a lot of pressure out front. Crowder going to pick up the foul. It's going to be his fourth on the night. I don't think that's what J.C. Wright was going to want from him.
Yeah. He's wanting to stay in the ball game, pushing up against 20 points now.
But that's a foul. I mean, you're 25, 26 feet away. And as good as Williams can be at times, he's not going to knock down that shot. And that was a wasted foul, as I would say.
That's a wasted foul because you got to go set. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, your fourth foul. You're carrying the offense. You got 2/3 of the points for your team. You know, it's totally wasted and a little bit silly to take him out there away from the basket and get your hands up in there.
Keon Williams knocks down that free throw. That gives him now 12 points on the night. Matt Miller set to check back in for Williams.
Into the game, number 15, Matt Miller.
Williams will come over and take a break. Score now 46-30. John Hardin on top. 2:56 to go here in the third quarter of play. Squires with it at the top of the key. Gets it down low to T.J. Gordon. Bounces it out to Barnes. Barnes is going to take another three-pointer. No good. Elijah Smith with the rebound. Patrick Anderson pushing up the ball on the right side. Anderson going to pull up for three, and it's good.
There it is. 7 quick points, goes from 12 to 19, and John Hardin's starting to put a little bit more margin on the game.
Now Davion Green with the rebound. Yep. Pushes out to Anderson. Anderson hooks it up.
Beautiful outlet pass, and Anderson bleeds out, knowing Green's going to the board hard right there. Nice job by Davion Green to not just get the rebound, but to get his head up and see his teammates streaking out in front.
Patrick Anderson now with 5 points on the night. All of those 5 points happening within the last 6 seconds, it seems like, on the court. Stretches the lead that was, here in the third quarter, we looked at 10 points, 13 points for a long time, just bouncing back and forth there. Now the lead to 21 points, 51-30. John Hardin on top of the Central Hardin Bruins, 2:22 to go here in the game. In the third quarter.
Latest update from the other district matchup tonight. E-Town up 1 at the end of 3 quarters. Looked like 55-54.
And a good battle over there. And honestly, we can talk about the district in itself. I think John Hardin has separated themselves in this boys 17th district from the other teams. But then you look at North Hardin, Central Hardin, and Elizabethtown all playing close. It's been 1 and 2 point games, I think, between the Bruins and the Panthers. And then tonight, obviously, a close game between the Panthers and the Trojans. So I think that, that 2 seed here in the 17th district is going to be very big.
Well, you want to be a 2 or a 3. You want to get away from John in that first game. So between North, E-Town, and Central, one of them's got to be the 4. If things hold, if John can continue to play as well as they're playing right now.
Squires now gets it over midcourt. Gordon with it down low, making something happen, puts it up, no good. Green with the rebound, gets it out. Gordon steals it back. Drives inside, no good. Burns trying to get it. Gordon with his own rebound goes up strong and is going to be fouled by Davion Green. And that's the most energy we've seen out of TJ Gordon in quite a while. Did a good job. Got the ball down low, put up a shot, missed it, stole the ball back, puts it up, gets his own rebound, puts it up and is fouled, and now we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That 20 seconds of TJ Gordon show, right? That was a good hustle play, and he was involved in all of it.
Davion Green picking up his first foul of the evening. Gordon going to the line.
We talk about all the district and the seeding starting to slowly come into a little bit of shape. A lot of district games left. John kind of making themselves the early favorite there, picking up some good wins. And Central beats E-Town twice. North beats Central by 3 or 4 down there the other night. And now E-Town right there trying to beat North up at E-Town tonight. So those three battling back and forth. Those are going to be really close down the wire for the 2-3-4, provided John Hardin can continue to play as well as they can. And you got to think they get Brandon Price back. That's only got to be a positive.
Gordon missing both of those free throws. Matt Miller looking for somebody to get to. He has it to Green. Green goes inside. Charges over TJ Gordon. And Green going to now pick up his second foul on the evening.
We talked about that. Gordon mans up right there and takes a little contact.
And Gordon is every bit as tall as Davion Green. Probably gives up about 100 pounds, though.
Yeah, he's about half his width and pretty close to the same height.
Squires now getting trapped out in front.
You got to be ready to pass if you're going to pick it up in that corner.
Dylan Glenn with it, gets it back to Squires. Squires going to go inside, no good. TJ Gordon with the rebound, goes up, gets blocked, but gets fouled on it. TJ Gordon really taking the spot for Alex Crowder, who had gone out. Crowder on the evening. I'm trying to do my quick math here. I've been with 19 points here and has gone to the bench with 4 fouls at the 3-minute mark.
Gordon can keep that kind of energy level going. He can earn some more playing time. I saw Coach Wright look out at him after that play, nod his head, say, I like that effort. And got to find a way to knock down some free throws, though. He's missed all 3 of his attempts. Maybe I'll jinx him the other way.
I mean, it might develop a new strategy if TJ Gordon's in the game, just foul him down low.
I'm not letting him make a layup when he's 0 for 4 from the line.
Williams with the rebound now to Miller. Miller pushes up quickly to Smith. Down low to Green. Green working around. Going to be on the ground. It's going to be fouled. I believe it's going to be on TJ Gordon.
Central has 4 guys within about 6 feet of him. 3 of them right there on him, and yet he's still able to spin and draw contact.
Well, and in the first half of the play, you didn't see that. It was all one-on-one, and Davion Green is able to really manhandle. If it's a one-on-one situation, he's able to use his size and strength to get away from him, get it up onto on the backboard, and has created quite a bit of points here.
Even in the first half, out around the foul line, he was able to take McCullough off the dribble. I mean, he could put down 1 or 2 dribbles, and then he's standing right at the front of the rim looking at a pretty easy look at the basket.
First one on the way, no good.
Bonus situation, so no second one coming off the miss. Both teams shooting free throws. Last quarter and a minute left in the third. Gordon with another basket. I'd have fouled him there. I wouldn't have given him a layup after seeing him shoot the free throws, but good job by TJ Gordon off the bench for Coach Wright. High energy tonight, able to do some positive things.
His first 2 points of the evening. Now Green with the ball out at the 3-point line, goes inside. Didn't really have control, and it's almost like a bowling ball knocking down pins. As Gordon and Glenn both went down, it looked like the official called, one official called a block and one official called a charge. They're going to go with the charge.
Never a good thing. One coach's going to be hot when one guy finally takes control of the call when they call both things.
Foul is going to be on Davion Green, his third, all here in the second half of play. 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. John Hardin on top by 19, 51-32 over the Central Hardin Bruins.
Your bowling ball reference was pretty good. That looked like a 7-10 split as 2 guys for Central crashed to the floor.
And Matt Miller knocks it out of bounds. 32.1 seconds to go here.
Rouse in the ball game for Central, 32 there, so got him trying to play some guard here with Troy Squires for Central out front.
Rouse just a freshman. Rouse gets the ball, drives in, close to a travel, gets it to Dylan Glenn. And now TJ Gordon going to pick up a foul.
Trying to hold the guy off and establish position down low. Elmore back for Central Hardin. Elijah Smith back for John Hardin.
And a player control foul will not result in the bonus. 19.4 seconds to go here in this third quarter of play. Matt Miller going to hold it out for one final shot, under 10 seconds to go. Matt Miller drives in, gets in about 6 feet, gets the hoop and the harm.
That's a nice take off top of the key. They went 4 flat along the baseline, allowed him to make a move. No help comes, so he just makes the one-on-one play to the basket.
Number 15, Matt Miller. Entering the game, number 12, Hayden Montgomery.
And that foul was on T.J. Gordon. That's who they announced. Matt Miller to the line to shoot 1. Miller now with 4 points on the night. That free throw.
Looked a little short, but he got a nice soft roll off the front of the rim. That's no good.
And the shot does not go up by Barnes.
At the end of 3, Central Hardin 32, John Hardin 54.
John's really pushed this thing out, and they've been in control all night, but they've just about got this one locked down. Central with only 32 points and down 22, only 8 minutes to go.
And I think that last foul was supposed to be on Justin Rouse, 32, and I thought that's the sign that he had given to the official book, but the announcer announced T.J. Gordon.
They put it up on the board as Gordon's 4th. So.
And we'll have to figure that out in just a minute. But, you know, as we come back to action again Thursday night, I want to remind you we will be right back here at John Hardin High School. The Lady Bruins of Central Hardin will visit the Lady Bulldogs of John Hardin. That is homecoming night for John Hardin High School. And then Friday night, we will move our stuff down the road to Elizabethtown, where North Hardin Lady Trojans will be visiting the Elizabethtown Lady Panthers. Both of those games will start at 7:30. We usually come on the air about 5 minutes before that.
And everybody will get the pleasure of Lee Bramlett back for both of those, and we'll take turns trying to ride along with him, right?
That's exactly right. Lee tonight out covering the elections here locally in Elizabethtown. He has arrived here at the game.
He made an appearance. I heard the ovation.
And triggering it in to start this 4th quarter, Andy Kerr bringing the ball. Kerr drives inside, now kicks it back out to Squires.
Closed on Squires hard all night. I saw the one real open three-pointer in the first half.
Tyler McCullough knocks it down, a good shot, about 12-footer. Knocks it down for his 4th point of the evening.
Been setting a little bit with the 4 fouls back in the lineup. McCullough makes a shot to open the quarter.
Crowder back in the game with his 4 fouls as well for the Bruins. Green gets it inside, off the glass, and good.
There's not enough size there. Cody Elmore on the switch coming across the lane. You know, he's not going to be able to get up into the body at all of Green.
And Green did a good job that time of not ducking his shoulder and going straight up and shooting the ball off the glass.
Well, he does a great job of recognizing who's on him. Turns around, realizes I can just shoot it over the top.
A steal by Green, gets it quickly out to Williams for 2 points.
Green's got 2 75-foot assists. Threw them out long, and the guys get easy layups.
58-34, 1 minute gone in this 4th quarter. And now it looks like there's going to be a foul on Patrick Anderson.
Foul number 44, Davion Green, his 4th.
On Patrick Anderson.
Correction, foul number 4, Patrick Anderson.
His 4th.
His 4th.
And now that will put Tyler McCullough to the line for the bonus.
32, Justin Rouse.
It probably should be the double bonus.
Showing 9 team fouls on the home team on the board.
Yep. Do a little mop-up duty there. Get the sweat off the floor. On night right now, I have Davion Green with 21 points, leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Keon Williams not too far behind with 15 points. And Alex Crowder, the leading scorer for the Bruins, with 19 points.
Free throw's good there. McCullough makes the first.
McCullough now with 5 points on the evening. 6:55 to go here in the game. John Hardin with a comfortable 23-point lead, 58-35. McCullough's second no good. Williams with the rebound.
The Green run the floor right there. McCullough hustles to get back in front of him.
Green now gets it to Keon Williams back at midcourt. Goes inside, going to shoot a 14-footer off the rim. It really looked like an off-balance shot, but a good shot from Williams, knocking that down.
And he laid it up, a lot of arch on it, let it fall soft on the rim, able to get the roll.
Now Crowder with it. Crowder puts it up, no good. Green with the rebound. Quickly, always looking up, trying to get the run out.
Elmore misses the three. John looking to run again.
Ricky Burns underneath the basket.
Now got hung in the lane for 3 seconds. Nobody sees him wide open.
Elijah Smith now with it, gets it down low to Green. Good position, gets it over to Ricky Burns. And they're going to say he was fouled, and I think that's going to be on Alex Crowder.
Foul on number 35, Alex Crowder. That's his
You
fifth.
can see Burns has got a lot of hustle in him and a lot of athletic ability. Still a little bit raw right there. He caught that ball and pounded it immediately. And you teach a big guy, eventually he'll learn. He'll catch that ball and he'll use a ball fake rather than put it on the ground and give his dribble up.
Correction, at the line shooting 2. Number 31.
He will go to the
Ricky
line to
Burns.
shoot 2. He has 4 points on the evening.
Your scouting report on him is pretty good, though. He's a high-energy guy.
And he is the player, again, taking the place in the starting lineup of Brandon Price. And Price, definitely a ball handler, a scorer. And those duties the ball handling duties went over to Elijah Smith, went over to Patrick Anderson. The scoring duties, I think they just put more weight on Keon Williams and Davion Green, and both of those players coming through tonight.
Lucky to have some guys where you can spread that stuff out while you got the guy fighting a little bit of an injury. Yeah, he'll come back, though. You know, takes a little bit for that ankle to heal up, but once that ankle heals up, he gets that quickness, gets moving up and down the floor. We all know what he can do. Seen that too many times.
And he is back to practicing with the team, but not full speed, and I don't think he will play the rest of this week either.
Yeah, they said he practiced yesterday and was kind of game time decision tonight. We get here and he comes out in street clothes, so they don't want to put him in a position where you can re-injure it.
McCullough driving in the lane, a little out of control. Throws it up off the rim, no good. Green with the rebound. Now Matt Miller pushing it up.
You got Miller off the bench, came in and took some of the ball handling tonight too, so you get to go a little deeper, get the freshmen some experience there.
Patrick Anderson with it, going to take the 12-footer, gets it partially blocked as he goes up. Davion Green gets it, steps out of bounds.
Step back to catch that balance and right on the end line.
5:19 to go here in the ball game. John Hardin firmly in control, 61-35 over the Bruins. Justin Rouse, freshman for the Bruins, bringing the ball up the court. And Squires going to take the three-pointer in and out, no good. T.J. Gordon with the rebound and good.
Other than Crowder, Gordon's probably been a best offensive player tonight for Central Hardin. Didn't make the free throws, had opportunity to get a lot more points than he has.
He has 4 points on the evening, has missed 4 free throws.
Been all over the boards, though. He's been active down there in the offensive glass.
Elijah Smith taking the three-pointer out front and good.
Squires closes late, but doesn't deter Smith from knocking down the three.
Smith now with 9 points, all coming on three-pointers.
27-point difference now, maybe the biggest lead of the night.
Squires going to take a deep three from out front, no good. Davion Green goes up with McCullough battling for it. Ends up, Cody Elmore comes away with the rebound. Elmore trying to bounce it off of one of the Bulldogs, gets it back in. Eventually Rouse gets it, and now gets it into the corner to Elmore. McCullough now in the corner, and Justin Rouse going to reset the offense for Coach J.C. Wright. And a lazy pass, Patrick Anderson gets it. Anderson goes down and is going to be fouled from behind, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Rouse with his first foul on the evening.
Foul on number 32, Justin Rouse. His first at the line shooting 2. Number 4, Patrick Anderson.
Didn't say anything at the time. He hadn't shot a free throw. All he has 5 points on the night. Still with 1 to go. Davion Green takes a well-deserved break. 3:58 to go here in the game. And Dimitri Cooper checks in for Davion Green.
Yeah, Green probably done for the night, just under 4 minutes, and they're up 27. I don't think there'll be any need. I think Coach Wells will leave him down for the remainder of this ball game.
Tyler McCullough checks out of the game. Matt Whitehouse checking in. Anderson's second one is good, now giving him 6 points on the evening. Rouse with the ball. Gets it to Whitehouse. Quickly over to Gordon. Now back out to Rouse, top of the key. Barnes with the ball. Barnes going to take a deep three-pointer, no good. Elijah Smith pulls down the rebound, and the Bulldogs continue to push the ball, push the pace.
And Central shot some threes last 3 or 4 possessions and really haven't had any looks at getting into the lane. John Hardin really packing it in there, playing some good man-to-man defense on each ball handler out front, and Central just settling for those deep threes down 25 plus.
Rouse picks up his second. That's going to send Matt Miller to the line. Matt Miller has been to the line tonight. Won't tell you what he did.
Oh, you're all right. Surely everybody doesn't listen to you.
And that one is good. Now with 6 points on the evening is Matt Miller, 1 to go.
I will say you put a little voodoo on a couple guys early. It always seems that way. You get to talking about those things and feel like you jinx a kid.
Misses the second one. Now the score is 66-37. John Hardin on top. 3:25 to go here in the ball game.
Really rolled it out. I mean, it was 12 there midway through the third. And midway through the fourth now, it's 31. They've rolled this thing up. Hit a big run there. Really shut Central down. Got some layups off some rebounds that they threw the long outlet pass on. Got a couple easy baskets off of their press.
Patrick Anderson has had 3 steals within about the last minute or so, and that time he gets it to Keon Williams, and Williams travels with the ball.
He's just jumping every passing lane right now and getting the result. Quick enough to get there and able to throw it ahead looking for a teammate, although he does travel. Starting to empty the bench, John Hardin here. 3:05 left.
Gabe Montgomery has checked in. Johannesburg Bolware has checked in. Dimitri Cooper.
I don't think nobody's got any starters on the floor anymore. Both coaches played the last 3 minutes. Guys off the pine.
Number 10, Evan Payne with the shot, no good. Gabe Montgomery with the rebound. Matt Miller going to push it up the court. Miller drives it inside, up, no good. Miller was standing out of bounds when the ball touched him. It's going to be over to the Central Hardin Bruins. And Marcus Gorey now checks in the last.
Anderson will go to the bench, and that takes all the starters out.
Rouse will bring it up for the Bruins. 2:40 to go here in the ball game.
John Hardin starters, they deserve a hand. Those first 5 or 6 guys had a real solid ball game all night.
Marcus Gorey with the rebound for the Bulldogs off the White House miss. Matt Miller bringing the ball up on the left-hand side for the Bulldogs. Brings it back out to the midcourt circle.
Nothing wrong with running a little clock up 31, a couple minutes to go.
TJ Gordon gets the ball away, and Bolware and Gordon both go to the ground for it. Jump ball will remain with the Bulldogs.
Johannesburg getting in there on the ground fighting with Gordon for that to get the jump ball call. Johannesburg's dad was a big track star. Ran track for my Uncle Bo up at North Hardin back when. Big Joe was a heck of a track athlete.
Bolware with the ball, gets it knocked away by TJ Gordon.
Yeah, they're content to run a little clock here. Just be solid with the basketball.
Reached just under the 2-minute mark. Marcus Gorey now with it. Pass it back out to Miller. Miller going to drive in, goes up off the glass and good. Miller now with 8 points on the evening. Now Justin Rouse out in front, getting pressured by Dimitri Cooper. Evan Payne with the shot, no good. Marcus Gorey with the rebound, back up to Matt Miller. Miller just going to drive it down inside, finger roll up, no good. And TJ Gordon gets the rebound. Gabe Montgomery on the foul. That will should send TJ Gordon to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, double bonus for everybody here. Everybody's 10 plus on the team fouls.
Minute 24 to go here in the game. And John Hardin, it was a 10-point lead at halftime. They come out in the third quarter, and for really the first half of that third quarter, didn't really extend the lead, and then all of a sudden a 6-0 run, and then what turned into a 15-1 run, and then the game was pretty much out of hand. And then now here in the fourth quarter, they've extended that lead even more, now up to 33 points on the night. Gordon misses another free throw at the line, 1 to go.
Yeah, if Gordon's going to get some more playing time, and his hustle tonight may have earned him a little bit more, they need to get him over on the side and spend a little bit of time at practice working on that free throw for him.
Now 1 of 6 on the night from the line is TJ Gordon. DJ Gordon coming out of the game, and he gets a well-deserved hand from the Central Hardin fan base.
I'm a proponent of there are pure shooters, but you can teach a guy to improve that free throw form. And I think if he's going to get some more playing time, he's going to have to come up with a little higher percentage right there. Did a nice job off the bench, though, tonight. I think he's earned maybe a little more time in games down the road.
Montgomery with the ball down the corner, gets it into Dimitri Cooper. Cooper up off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, going back up and is going to be fouled. Foul's going to be on 24, Zach Hilton.
Foul on 24, Zach Hilton.
His first on the night.
At the line, shooter 2, Dimitri Cooper.
Cooper misses that first one. Cooper with no points on the evening. One more free throw to go.
Ryan McNeil.
We're checking for updates from the Elizabethtown game. Cooper still with one to go. E-Town leads with 2 minutes to go, 68-62 over the North Hardin Trojans. Cooper misses that. Marcus Gorey misses the putback.
And we talked about that round robin of the three teams fighting for the 2-3-4. Central beats E-Town twice. North beats Central. E-Town looking like they're wanting to beat North tonight up there. So, those keep knocking each other off. That's going to be a battle record-wise as we hit into the stretch of the district.
Bulwer with the foul. DeBrion McNeil to shoot two. This one is good by McNeil.
Enter game number 15, Quinn Ballard.
55.7 seconds to go. John Hardin again on top, 70-39. Make that 70-40. McNeil knocking down both of his free throws.
Been John Hardin's ball game the whole way. Jumped out pretty early, maintained a low double-digit lead for quite a while. Middle of the third quarter there, really just started pushing it out and ran it out into what's turned into a blowout.
Miller with the ball, back out front. Now gets it to Gabe Montgomery. Inside to Cooper. Cooper getting the ball down low, not the good thing for the big man to do.
Pounded on the ground. Yeah, and that's what you get when you get your subs in there at the end. You get the young kids in. Guy down inside. Keep the ball above your shoulders, turn face up. But they want to pound it on the ground, let the guards come in there and be part of that play.
Under 30 seconds to go. Now under 20 seconds to go here in the game. Justin Rouse with the ball out near the midcourt circle. That time, Evan Payne.
Payne's been aggressive there going toward the basket. Finally gets one to go right then.
And that will do it here at John Hardin High School. The game between the John Hardin Bulldogs and the Central Hardin Bruins. The Bulldogs pull out the 17th district win, 70-42 tonight. And John Hardin moves to 12-3 on the year, 4-0 in district play. Central Hardin falls to 7-6 on the year, 2-3 in the district play. And going into tonight, run down some quick stats for you. Davion Green with 22 points on the evening. Patrick Anderson with 8 points. Keon Williams with 17 points. Elijah Smith with 9. Ricky Burns with 5. Matt Miller finished the night with 8 points. And Johannesburg Boulware finished the night with 2. For the Central Hardin Bruins, Troy Squires finished with 4 points. Tyler McCullough with 5. Alex Crowder with 19 points. Jacob Barnes with 3. Evan Payne with 2. TJ Gordon finished the night with 5 points. Dylan Green with 2. And DeBrion McNeil finished the night with 2 points. Hugh, the game kind of went the way that we expected it to go. John Hardin pushed it out. Defense kind of took over, ultimately ending up in a 28-point victory.
Yeah, John's solid tonight. Just a solid performance all the way around. Green carries them early. The defense and the pressure really runs it out late as they get the big lead and roll away from Central Hardin. They're firmly established in that 1 seed right now, 4-0. Just want to keep that thing rolling, get Brandon Price back healthy if you coach Wells, and John Hardin looking awful good here.
We want to remind you that Thursday night we will be live right back here at John Hardin High School for the Lady Bruins visiting the John Hardin Lady Bulldogs, homecoming night for the Bulldogs. And then on Friday night, North Hardin Lady Trojans will be visiting the Elizabethtown Lady Panthers. Both of those games starting at 7:30. For all of our student helpers here at HCEC-TV, for Hugh O'Brien, I am Bobby Thompson saying good night.